Live breaking news, Nez Nation. The Obamas, Barack Hussein and Michelle, have officially endorsed the failed border czar, Kamala Harris. Now, one thing to note, and I think there's some dissension amongst the higher ranking Democratic members of the party in the consortium, the Clintons endorsed Kamala literally the day of the announcement that Joe Biden, through some, text message, tweet on Twitter/X, we went live and talked about that. Immediately after that, they sort of used this sort of Microsoft outage blue. Literally on July 21st, almost a week ago, they put out this endorsement of Kamala Harris, the failed border czar. And that was, literally within like an hour of the announcement of Biden stepping down. The Obamas, however, did not endorse Kamala Harris immediately. As a matter of fact, there was a lot of talk behind the scenes that perhaps Barack Obama didn't want to endorse Kamala Harris because he didn't think that she could win. I'm going to share with you this video that is absolutely the most cringiest, phoniest, staged, pretensive, inauthentic political ad endorsement in the history of politics. Watch this and then we have a lot more for you. So this was posted only just today. Barack Obama saying on X/Twitter, earlier this week, Michelle and I called our friend Kamala Harris. We told her we think she'll make a fantastic president of the United States and that she has our full support, even though it took you 7 days. At this critical moment for our country, we're going to do everything we can to make sure she wins. And then check out this ad. And I've got so much stuff to point out about this. It is unbelievable. Oh, and by the way, Michelle Obama posted at the exact same simultaneous moment as her husband with something that is egregiously phony, trying to play up to the, we're just a couple of black girls just hanging out. I'm so proud of my girl, Kamala. Barack and I are so excited to endorse her as the Democratic nominee because her positivity, sense of humor, and ability to bring light and hope to people across the country, we've got your back. Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Americans, the Obamas, who I've touted Barack Hussein Obama as the divider in chief. I think that was the beginning of what we're, all of this hate, divisiveness, vitriol, DEI, all of these ideologies, these methodologies, universalizing, socializing healthcare, everything was spawned during Barack Obama's presidency. And it even ratcheted up the iciness, and you could say maybe even warming up the Cold War between Putin, Iran, Netanyahu, our ally in the Middle East, Saudi Arabia. There is more than enough evidence that is shown time and time again that Obama's foreign diplomacy and his foreign policy was so catastrophic that he created more dissension, he created more enemies, he created more hate towards America than any other president. My fellow Americans, I give you the video that is staged as a total random, just happened to get a phone call, totally a spur of the moment and spontaneous. Watch this video, but I give you fair warning. If you have eaten, if you've just had breakfast, lunch, or dinner before watching this, I would maybe wait and watch this later because it will make your stomach turn. Here we go. You've been warned.
Kamala.
Hello. Hi.
Hey there.
Oh, hi. You're both together. Oh, it's good to hear you both.
I can't have this phone call without saying to my girl Kamala, I am proud of you. This is going to be historic.
We called to say Michelle and I couldn't be prouder to endorse you and to do everything we can to get you through this election and into the Oval Office.
Oh my goodness. Michelle, Barack, this means so much to me. I am looking forward to doing this with the two of you, Doug and I both, and getting out there, being on the road. But most of all, I just want to tell you the words you have spoken and the friendship that you have given over all these years mean more than I can express. So thank you both. It means so much. And we're going to have some fun with this too, aren't we?
First of all, I just want to get your initial thoughts. My girl Kamala. Oh, hey, just a random I mean, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Americans, these people think you're stupid. They think that you cannot exercise any critical thinking at all. You have no original thought in your head. They expect us to believe this was a random, spontaneous, spur of the moment. She had no clue what was happening. Phone call from arguably some of the most powerful people, at least in the far extreme left wing of our political spectrum, people on planet Earth. I want to get your initial thoughts. What are your thoughts? Let me know. I can't wait to read what your initial thoughts on this are. A couple of things I want to point out, though. One, why is the failed border czar, Kamala Harris, holding the phone up to her ear when it's clearly on speakerphone? Can anybody answer that for me? Does that make any sense to anybody? And then again, I just want to point out, she's wearing a lav mic. So the idea that you're actually executing this as a spontaneous, random, spur-of-the-moment thing, getting called by two of the most powerful people in politics, arguably throughout history, is just, to me, the biggest insult to Americans. It's the biggest insult to voters. Which, by the way, I have a very important question to ask each and every one of you. Can somebody tell me how many votes, how many primary votes did Kamala Harris gain? How many votes did she get? Can anybody tell me? We know that Biden got 81 million votes, allegedly. He was the most popular president of all time. Trump got somewhere in the range of maybe 5 or 8 million less than that. He did better than he did in 2016. We know that Biden got 14 million primary votes during the primaries. How many votes has Kamala Harris received? Can somebody tell me in the comments? How many votes has Kamala Harris, who is part of the slogan and mantra of her party that democracy is on the ballot, how many people actually voted for the nominee now? I mean, she's been endorsed by everybody. We haven't been to the convention yet, but with all intents and purposes, she is the Democratic nominee. How many votes has she gotten? How many people have actually elected her? Are we still in a democracy? Isn't there still a process where you cannot actually be a nominee without the people actually voting for you? Am I nuts? Am I crazy? So lastly, I just want to talk about this. I can't wait to get your thoughts on all this. So why did Barack Obama take so long? Why did he take over a week almost, or about a week, to endorse Kamala Harris? Ladies and gentlemen, the answer is simple. It's not about you. It's not about me. It's not even about her policies. She doesn't have any policies. I dare you to go to her website and check to see if she has any policies that she stands by. She is unequivocally, unabashedly, wholeheartedly the failed border czar. She had one job that President Biden appointed her to tasked her to take care of. She failed miserably. We have literally had the largest incursion of illegal crossings in the history of our country. We've got not just illegal migrants, undocumented workers, etc. We've got criminals, thugs, rapists, murderers pouring into our country with zero screening process. The Border Patrol has disavowed Kamala. The head of ICE has disavowed Kamala and President Biden. I mean, vehemently. So she has no record. She has no policy. She hasn't earned any votes. The reason that Barack Obama waited so long is because he wanted to see first, is there any chance that she has? What's the reaction going to be now that she's the nominee? And you can see the media has absolutely, it's turned into a love fest on the left. You see every media outlet now trying to smear and erase all the border czar, which actually there is proof. If you haven't seen my video that I posted yesterday, I showed you literally side by side announcements by each media outlet before Biden dropped out and after he dropped out about the border czar issue. It's very comprehensive. He also wasn't sure if his wife wasn't going to run either. So can you imagine the conversation? Can you imagine him and his wife in their palatial mansion, God knows which home they have. They have 1 million homes, having that conversation. It's been, reported time and time again, and I think pretty accurately that Michelle Obama wants nothing to do with politics. She absolutely has never, ever, not even an iota of interest, has shown any interest in running for any office, let alone President of the United States. So I'm sure that conversation took place. I'm sure Obama was like, honey, we can be back in the White House. I mean, think about it. This guy was president for 2 terms. You think he wants to just give speeches randomly once in a while? He loved that power. Remember, we're talking about the Hippocrats. These guys only care about one thing: power and the retention of power at all costs. Regardless how many lives are lost, regardless the cost to you, the American taxpayer, me, all of us Americans, they don't give a rat's ass. They don't care. They're all LADs. They're all lion-ass dogs. So he wanted 2 things. He wanted to have a conversation with his wife. He was actually, in his sick, reprehensible, repugnant soul, he had this desire, this inclination that I can get back in the White House, get my wife in there. She'd be popular. I'm sure they ran numbers. And by the way, the numbers for Michelle probably far supersede any numbers Harris is going to get, any number the failed borders are is going to get. And also, he wanted to see what the reaction was within the base, what the reaction was with the media, what the reaction was. Look at Clooney, celebrities, Alyssa Milano, Rob Reiner, all the mega donors. She got supposedly $100 million in one day. In one day. So Obama's a chess player. He's not a checkers player. Even though he's ruthless, he's repugnant, he's the divider in chief, he is intelligent, he is smart enough to weigh options, to not make hasty decisions. And so this endorsement is completely fabricated. It is completely false. It is completely inauthentic. And this video is so important because mainstream media will never tell you this. The woke propagandist machines will never tell you this. So I know I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. Please tap that thumbs up. It's not for me. It's not for vanity. When you tap the thumbs up, which takes you a nanosecond, and it's free, please do so now. What happens is the algorithm gets triggered and our video can reach more people. The more people we can reach, the more we can educate our citizenry. The more citizens that are educated, the more well-informed and educated their decisions are, which affects you, me, and all of our fellow patriots and fellow countrymen. So please do that immediately. And last but not least, don't ever forget this. We cannot be complacent. We must be vigilant. Kamala Harris is the nominee for the Hippocrats. She has no track record, completely unqualified. She destroyed San Francisco. She left California in her wake. California, my home state, is an absolute travesty. She failed miserably with her one task to be the border czar. And she has 0 achievements, 0 policies, and 0 platform to stand on. She literally just wants power. She's wanted it her whole life. And so you have to understand, these are not fabrications. I'm not making this up. This is the objective truth. They have literally circumvented democracy. She has not earned one single vote. It's not even a matter of 10, 20, 100, 5, not one, ladies and gentlemen, not one. So please, please, please share this with everybody you know. I can't wait. I throw this off to you. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Do you think that endorsement was authentic, inauthentic? I would love to hear your thoughts. If you made it this far, as always, make sure you subscribe to our free newsletter. It's free. This is kind of like your guarantee of never missing out on all the latest breaking news, stories, items that woke propagandist mainstream media won't share with you directly to your inbox. It's free. It's in the pinned comment. Just click on the option for free newsletter. Give us your best email and you're in. We don't spam. I don't share your email with anybody. That is not the Nez Nation way. Check out these videos coming up on the screen right here. Here's some videos I talked about Kamala. Subscribe and follow down there. And as always, may God bless you and may God bless America. I'll see you soon.